Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Market Pulse. My name is Ajit, mahuli, the founder and mentor at learnpricectiontrading.com. Let's take a look at what the index has been doing and is likely to do in the coming week. So that's Nifty on the monthly chart. September, we did go beyond the prior month's high, but if you see, we are seeing rejections price was sold into as it moved up. So 18,100 remains a very crucial point where sellers are getting active and buyers are unable to push the prices beyond that. Uh, other thing on this chart is the demand is still at this place. That's the monthly demand zone. There is no overhead supply other than this. That's where it starts. That's a range on the monthly chart for the index. We have gone 2 months pretty high. There could be a good possibility of a pullback at least up to 16,500 as we have discussed in the prior session. So nothing else on the monthly chart. That's a range. More clues will be available on the weekly chart. Now, when you come to the weekly chart, that's the supply from where we are again coming back. So that's your weekly supply zone. And the next demand zone is available straight at around 16,400 and below. So on the weekly, it does seem like there is a good possibility to come down and a big profit margin available for a short trade. But as long as we don't go beyond this and we start coming down, so if you see this week we went lower, and once we start going below 17,150, the path becomes very clear up to 16,300, 16,400. So crucial areas for index will be between these two critical lines. That's about 18,100 and 17,200. A breakout on this side and a close will take it probably to the all-time high, or a breakdown will take it all the way to 16,400. Remember, the location is high on the curve, so longs may not give you enough profits, and swing trades will have to be patient to for the trade setups to work out. On the daily chart, again, we tested that area, that same supply zone here on the daily chart. That's a supply which we continuously are coming. Last time we tested this, we had a pretty big fall and made a new low. It came close, sold off, gradual movement up, fast sell off. Today's candle is more like a indecision type of candle. So the next 2-3 days price action will be crucial. We have the Fed outcome in the coming week and probably RBI the next week or first week of October, which could possibly drive down the prices primarily because of the location and overall global inflation is pretty high. So it is going to be a tall order for the index to go beyond 18,200 so easily. So unless we close beyond this, we will still remain range bound. And at this point, you can do short-term income. At this point, you can get into some swing trades. And on the daily, the next real good demand zone is all at 16,131. Okay, so the 17,150 will be a crucial point. Once you break, price could easily move between this range for a very good bearish setup and profit margin. So bearish outlook, cautiously bearish outlook. Not interested in longs. You can do intraday longs, but be careful about holding aggressive long positions overnight. And on a smaller time frame, if you see, all this price action was easily broken down by 2 to 3 days of price action. That becomes a very crucial supply zone for Nifty, about 17,861. But at the same time, it is not easy for it needs to be seen how index can go beyond 17,730. This is a crucial supply zone. So for short-term income trader, that's going to be your range for the trade for index trading. Right. So a bearish outlook, short-term intraday long side is fine, but swing positions will be bearish outlook and waiting for 17,200 to breach for a bigger profit margin. That's what we have on the Nifty index. Let's take a quick look at what the Bank Nifty has been doing and is likely to do in this coming week, which is going to be news filled week. In comparison with Nifty, Bank Nifty gave a new high but could not sustain at those highs. So starting with the weekly chart, monthly chart, if you see there was a high, it did pierce that high, but just could not manage to close beyond that all-time high. Let's just high is 41,829. So let me just mark those coordinates. And this high was 41,840. Slightly it went up, and there was pretty good selling pressure. But still, this is quite bullish. There is no demand zone. So the demand zone which we are going to use is still the original demand zone. So in case Bank Nifty comes down based on the monthly chart, there could be a good possibility that it might come down to 35,000. But when, how, I don't know. And we should not be concerned about how and when it happens. We have to just play it by the levels and wait for the prices to do its job. So that's the demand zone, which is right now holding up for on the weekly chart for Bank Nifty. Again, this is still the original supply from where we saw prices just went beyond that, and we saw they're getting rejected. This week is yet to be finished, so we'll see that on the daily chart. But once we start going below 40,000, we could have an easy passage up to 38,500 based on the weekly chart. Good long positions can be initiated based in cash or investment at these areas. As of now, we'll see how and when market starts coming down, or if it comes here, what will be the condition and what will price action let us know at that point in time. Coming back to the daily chart, a pretty good move up. Then we had sort of a novice gap. We pierced the all-time high and just got rejected. A nice pro gap, again 2 days of indecision. If this starts breaking for short-term income traders, the immediate target will be 39,600, which is not something that I am keen on being a buyer there. As a short intraday short or a short-term income short for a couple of days, you can target this on the daily chart, but in my opinion, this is not going to hold, and we could see prices coming all the way towards 37,500 and 37,000, or at least this area of demand zone, which is again not so great because all these stocks are very high on the curve and could easily start moving. Those who want to look at getting into shorts, that's going to be the short trade that you can look at. If at all you get a pullback up to today, there was a pullback. Tomorrow, if you get it, you can go short with a stop loss above the all-time high, or wait for a further break of about 40,300. That will give us more room to go towards 37,000. Looking at the smaller time frame, so immediate targets for short-term income shorts could be somewhere about 40,100. So if you get a chance to short in this area about 41,400, 41,300, you could use 40,300 and 40,100 as your final short targets for short-term income. And swings, we can wait till, let's say, even I would say 38,500 would be good for swing shorts. So very high on the curve, avoid buying, wait for some more price action if you're not comfortable for shorts. Or you can look at some put options, 5-month put options to be comfortable with the index coming down. All right, in all, pretty much overextended all the indices and stocks. Wait for a pullback. If you're a short trader, it's good time to get into some shorts.